There are moments when an artist and a song change the course of music. Suzanne Vega and the song Luka did that in the late 80s. The first major breakthrough for a contemporary female folk pop singer-songwriter, she ushered in a movement that would include Tracy Chapman, Indigo Girls, and Lilith Fair. Now her performer is Suzanne Vega.
Second floor, I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. I think it's 'cause I'm clumsy. I try not to talk too loud. Maybe it's because I'm crazy. I try not to act too proud. And you only hit until you cry. And after that, you don't ask why. You just don't argue anymore. Just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. Yes, I think I'm okay. I walked into the door again. If you ask, that's what I'll say. It's not your business anyway. I guess I'd like to be alone, with nothing broken, nothing thrown. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. Just don't ask me how I am. My name is Luka. I live on the second floor. I live upstairs from you. Yes, I think you've seen me before. If you hear something late at night, some kind of trouble, some kind of fight, just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. Just don't ask me what it was. You only hit until you cry. And after that, you don't ask why. You just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore. You just don't argue anymore.
Suzanne Vega, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for singing for us. Before we get into the new CD and all sorts of other things, I have to ask you about your shirt. I see
shirt, yes.
It's a Happiness is a sad song.
Yes, well, you know, a lot of my songs have a sad ending or a bit, you know, melancholy. So I like to remind everybody that some people like that. And
it's the happiness part that gets me, I guess. Is that your favorite part of a song, is the sad part? Or?
I love sad songs. I've always loved them. I've always loved songs in A minor, and to me there's nothing more satisfying than singing a nice sad song. How
many of them on the new CD of the older songs are sad songs then?
Well, I haven't counted them up, but the big ones are a bit sad. I mean, Luka is kind of sad. The Queen and the Soldier is probably the saddest one of all. But I haven't tallied them up, but I'd say at least 3/4 of them.
The new CD is called Retrospective, the best of Suzanne Vega. What was it like for you to revisit these songs and put them together in a new CD?
It was actually really satisfying to sit down on the sofa, which I did one night, and put it on and tried to listen to it as a listener would. And I was very happy at the end of it. I felt that it was was entertaining. There was a lot of variety. I mean, in fact, in spite of the fact that some of them are a little sad, but it was great looking back on all the different productions, the different sounds, the different moods in the songs, the variations, and to have it all together in one place. I thought, wow, this is cool. I like it.
You tend to tell stories. Mm-hmm. Is that the first thing for you in a song, or is it melody, or is it maybe a lyric? How does it evolve for you, the process of writing?
Usually it evolves with an idea. Usually, strangely enough, it evolves with an image, something that I actually see. And then if it follows me around, if it sort of haunts me, then I keep coming back to it and I try and put words to the image that I see or the feeling that I have. And melody comes somewhere along the way. I mean, sometimes the melody comes first before the actual lyrics, and sometimes the lyrics come first. But the strongest thing is usually I start off with something that I can actually see in my mind.
I'm always curious whether an artist has an idea how a song will translate to an audience, where you go, oh, this one, as I'm writing it, this is the big hit, everyone's going to love that, or you kind of like don't have any idea, you just throw them out there and see what happens. I mean, a song like Luka, did you see that coming, or what?
I did not see that coming, no. When I wrote it, I remember thinking this is a very small song about a small person in a tragic situation. I thought actually that very few people would understand what it was about. And it was my manager at the time who really heard the potential of it. He said to me, I think that song could really be big. And I said, are you crazy? I don't see that. You know, there's no chorus. It's about child abuse. I don't quite get it. I don't see it like that. But then we produced it. We gave it a much bigger production than the performance than you have here. And it came out and it hit immediately. I mean, it went right to radio and everybody was talking about it at that time. And I didn't see it coming.
And ultimately, what did that do for your career?
It was huge. It was a top 10 hit all over the world. It changed, it made my name and voice much more accessible to millions of people. I sold millions of records at that point, and even now, it's still, I'd say, probably one of the songs I'm most associated with. And I still, whenever I can, do work for child abuse agencies, or I write about it, I talk about it, and it's still a big part of my life.
Let me switch gears just a little bit. I was reading that you're selling some of your stuff on eBay.
My clothing, yes.
Your clothing.
Yes.
Tell me what you're selling and how that came about.
Well, it's called the Secret Closet Auctions, and because sometimes people look at me and they say, well, why would you sell your clothes? I mean, you probably, it's all like black jackets, because that's what I normally wear in public. But secretly, I have this other side to my personality that is really much more flamboyant, and so I'm selling some of those pieces that I've bought and collected over the years. Like, we sold a red sequin dress, a red silk, beautiful A-line dress. We just sold a white feather jacket, like a marabou type jacket. It went unbelievably cheaply. I can't believe how cheap it went for. But and some of the other jackets over the years that I've had, and all the proceeds are going to Casa Alianza to help their mothers and babies program, and they work with children with child abuse. Children who have been abused, and they work on behalf of children's rights.
You got another CD coming out soon, Divas for Dummies. What is this?
It's going to be a series. It's new, I think. It's coming out soon, and it ties in with the books, the very popular books. I know I have a few of them myself, Parenting for Dummies and Computers for Dummies. So this is Divas for Dummies, and it has female singer-songwriters for those who are not familiar with the genre or who don't know who to pick out.
Which song or songs of yours is going to be on this?
I believe it's Tom's Diner, the remix version.
And do people come up behind you, like just on the subway or on the street, and just come here?
Yes, they do, yes. So they'll stand over me and whistle. That's happened a couple of times where people will whistle it. Or I'll be sitting in a diner and someone will come running in to say, I am sitting in the morning, shouting at me. So I've gotten used to it.
Well, there's something incredibly infectious about it. I mean, do you have the moment when that melody came to your head?
Yes, exactly. I do, exactly, because I had just been there. I had just been at Tom's restaurant.
Which is a real place on the Upper West Side.
It's a real place on the Upper West Side, and I was walking down Broadway, and the melody just came into my mind. And just like it stays in your mind, it stayed in mine for days, and it would not leave. And so I worked on it and, wrote the song more or less the way it had happened in Tom's Diner. I had, invented parts of it and kind of put it together. But the song stayed in my mind until I finished it.
Well, it's also included in the new retrospective, The Best of Suzanne Vega. Suzanne Vega, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
I am sitting in the morning at the diner on the corner. I am waiting at the counter for the man to pour the coffee, and he fills it only halfway, and before I even argue, he is looking out the window at somebody coming in. It is always nice to see you, says the man behind the counter to the woman who has come in. She is shaking her umbrella, and I look the other way as they are kissing their hellos, and I'm pretending not to see them, and instead I pour the milk. I open up the paper, there's a story of an actor who had died while he was drinking. It was no one I had heard of, and I'm turning to the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raise my head. There's a woman on the outside looking inside. Does she see me? No, she does not really see me, 'cause she sees her own reflection, and I'm trying not to notice that she's hitching up her skirt, and while she's straightening her stockings, her hair has gotten wet. Oh, this rain, it will continue through the morning as I'm listening to the bells of the cathedral. I am thinking of your voice and of the midnight picnic once upon a time before the rain began. And I finish up my coffee, and it's time to catch the train. That's the end.
Coming up next, Randy Newman.
Give me a reason.